Hello and a very warm welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Global TV News Circle live in Nigeria's capital, Abuja. I am Fauziya Lukman. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, through his media aide Ajuri Ingilali on Saturday morning, congratulated the government and people of Liberia following the successful conduct of the Liberian presidential election. He enjoined the President-elect Joseph Boakai to unite the country and build on the popular support expressed through the ballot box to deliver good governance to the people of Liberia. He also lauded the outgoing President George Weah for demonstrating uncommon leadership by conceding the election and averting any form of socio-political crisis. Similarly, former President Goodluck Jonathan has lauded the show of statesmanship by Liberian President George Weah in the just concluded presidential election for accepting defeat to opposition leader Joseph Boakai. In his tweet on Saturday titled "Liberia Wins, Democracy Gains," Jonathan said he was pleased with the outcome of the democratic process in Liberia. The former Nigerian leader commended Weah for accepting defeat and congratulating his opponent ahead of the official declaration. He noted that the win and the peaceful election process was a plus for democracy and the West African regional bloc, the economic community of West African states. Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare Muhammad Alipati says Nigerians' health was not just a number of well-being, but also a fundamental human right. Alipati made this known at the 64th session of the National Council on Health in Ado-Ekiti, Ekiti State. Party says the UHC was the embodiment of vision for healthier and more prosperous nations and a strategic advantage for Nigeria as a nation. Adding that though great progress had been made over the years, the pace has not been commiserated with the investment and complexities of the country's health system. According to him, the federal government is putting in place necessary structure and framework to effectively and efficiently address the wider determinants of health. Party said effective governance is the bedrock upon which UCH stands. The Senior Special Assistant to the President on Food Feeding, Yetunde Adeniji, has disclosed that the federal government plans to feed 100,000 displaced children in the north. Adeniji revealed the plan where her delegation sought the support of the Nasarawa State Governor, Abdullahi Suli, and the Emir of the Borgo Kingdom, Muhammad Dantoro, to help facilitate the program during a formalization tour. The presidential aide said the federal government plans to start with 5,000 of the displaced kids for the first phase of the feeding initiative, with the hope of increasing the number to 100,000 subsequently. This was disclosed in a statement issued in Abuja on Saturday by her media team. The High Court sitting in the Federal Capital Territory has ordered that the former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, be remanded in the Kuje Correctional Center pending the determination of his bail request. The federal government had initially preferred 20 charge and procurement fraud to the tune of 6.5 billion naira against the former CBN governor, but the government reduced the charge to 6 to a tune of 1 billion naira, which he was arraigned on Friday. The judge said he needed a little time to study the authorities and pursues through the exhibits supplied by Emefiele to support his request for bail. He, however, ordered that Emefiele be remanded at the Kuje prison pending the determination in his bail application. Maaz then adjourned the case till November 22nd for ruling on the bail application and November 28th for the commencement of the trial. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has issued Governor Hope Uzodinma of the All Progressive Congress, APC, with his certificate of return in Owerri, the state capital. During the state election on November 11th, Uzodinma gained 540,308 votes, defeating his closest rival, Samuel Anyewu of the People Democratic Party, PDP, who secured 71,503 votes, and Nnedi Achonu of the Labour Party, LP, who obtained 64,081 votes. The APC candidate swept all 27 local government areas in the state. In his acceptance speech, Uzodinma commended INEC for conducting the freest, fairest and most peaceful election in the history of Imo State. The Independent National Electoral Commission has presented certificates of return to the governor-of-elect Kogi State, Usman Ododo, and his running mate in the election, Joel Salifu. The certificates of return were presented at the INEC headquarters in Lokoja, the state capital, on Friday amid jubilation by a mammoth crowd of supporters. Speaking shortly after receiving his certificate, the governor-elect assured the people that he would make good his campaign promises to build on the sterling achievement of Governor Yahaya Bello while preserving the unity of the state. The Kogi State Police Command has said that the arrest of the Kogi State governorship candidate of the Action Alliance, Olayinka Brimo, during the off-cycle governorship election in the state was not in connection with any electoral offense. The command stated that Brimo was arrested by the police because of his disregard for restriction orders. This follows report that the governorship candidate and some of his aides were arrested in Kababunu local government area of the state for allegedly having in possession some campaign materials which were kept in his vehicle. The spokesperson for the State Police Command, William Aya, clarified that Brimo and his aides' arrest was not related to the rumor offense as reported by other media, saying it was based on the violation of order on the restriction of movement on the day of the election. The Federal Road Safety Corps has urged road users to prioritize safety as they apply the road before, during, and after the Yuletide. The Delta State FRC and Sector Commander Basi Ehiet gave the advice during a visit to road crash victims at the Federal Medical Center Asaba today in Asaba. Ehiet described road traffic crashes and fatalities as a public health crisis that requires urgent, concise and dedicated actions. He called on government, stakeholders and the public to uplift proven strategies such as redesigning dangerous roads, enforcing speed limits and improving vehicle designs, and make all components to make the road safe for users. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps NSCDC Lagos State Command has averted an oil pipeline explosion that would have led to the destruction of lives and property in Alimosho, Lagos State. This is contained in a statement signed by the State Command's Public Relations Officer, DSC Oluwaseun Abolorin, on Friday. Abolorin said the incident also meant to vandalize the oil pipelines of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation in Liberty Estate and in environments. Alimosho local government area was averted, adding that this was in line with the zero tolerance of the Commander General NSCDC, CG Ahmed Audi, to prevent all forms of economic sabotage in Nigeria. You're watching Global TV News Circle, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We are on Startup Channel 276. Kindly follow us across social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. When the news cycle returns, Naira rebounds, rises to 791 Naira 75 kobo per dollar at the official market. The news continues shortly with details of this and other stories right after this short break. Please don't go away. Welcome back to Global Television, bringing you live broadcasts of the news cycle from the Nigerian capital, Abuja. On the foreign scene, the death toll from a strong earthquake of the southern Philippines rose to 7 on Saturday, while rescuers also searched for 2 people feared buried beneath the landslide. The 6.7 magnitude quake that struck the Mindanao region mid-afternoon on Friday caused part of a shopping mall ceiling to collapse, triggered power cut, and sent people fleeing into the street. The quake damages 60 houses in 4 provinces and as well as 32 roads and bridges in the region. Rescuers said the quakes are frequent in the Philippines, which sits along the Pacific Ring of Fire, an arc of intense seismic as well as volcanic activities that stretches from Japan through Southeast Asia and across the Pacific Basin. Liberian leader and football legend George Weah conceded defeat to opposition leader Joseph Boakai after a tight presidential runoff, saying it was time to put the national interest above personal interest. The latest and nearly complete result showed Boakai leading with nearly 51% of the votes in Liberia. The result announced tonight, though not final, indicates that Boakai is in the lead that we cannot surpass, Weah said in a speech on national radio late on Friday. With more than 99.9% of the polling stations reporting votes tallies after Tuesday's second round vote, Boakai has geared 50.89% of ballot cast, according to the Electoral Commission. The United States congratulated President-elect Boakai on his victory and President Weah for his peaceful acceptance of the result. The elections were the first since the United Nations in 2018 ended its peacekeeping mission created after more than 250,000 people died in the 2 civil wars in Liberia between 1989 and 2003. Indian rescuers have warned that it could take another 2 days for clearing rubble before they could reach 40 workers who have been trapped in a collapsed tunnel for nearly a week. Evacuators have been removing debris since Sunday morning to create an escape route for the workers after a portion of the tunnel they were building collapsed in the Himalayan state of Uttarakhand. Rescue efforts have been slowed by debris that continue to fall as worker labors to clear the channel. Engineers are trying to drive a steel pipe about 90 centimeters wide through the debris, wide enough for the trapped men to squeeze through. As at Thursday night, only 18 meters of pipe had been inserted into the debris with the help of the new machine. Rescuers have been communicating with the trapped men using radios, while food, water, oxygen, and medicines have also been sent to the trapped workers via a 6-inch wide pipe. Israeli troops carried out building-by-building searches at Gaza's main hospital as a new communications blackout in the territory on Friday compounded fears for Palestinian civilians trapped inside the facility. Al-Shifa Hospital has become a focal point for Israeli operations in northern Gaza since soldiers raided the complex on Wednesday, hunting for a command center they said militant group Hamas operates there. Hamadan hospital managers denied that charge, and there has been an international concern about several thousand people, including women, patients, and premature babies believed to be trapped inside. Israeli authorities have defended their operation, and the military said it found rifles, ammunition, explosives, and the entrance to a tunnel shaft at Al-Shifa. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu alleged hostages may even be held at the medical facilities. Let's talk about some business. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister for the Economy, Wale Edun, says the present administration is ready to take the risks of borrowing to finance the 2024 budget. Edun explained the initiative is to generate adequate revenue as well as reduce its current high deficit financing. The finance minister made the submission when he appeared before the Joint Senate Committee on Finance Appropriations, National Planning, Local and Foreign Debt examining the 2024-2026 medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy. Kikelamo Okiri has the details.
Chairman, Federal Inland Revenue, Zach Adudeji, and the Director General of Debt Management Office, Patient Oneha Edu, explained that the best way Nigeria could fund its annual budget is to spend more money on infrastructure that could generate revenues.
And clearly, in the environment that we have now, both internationally as well as nationally, we are in no position to rely on borrowing. We have an existing borrowing program, and as distinguished Senator Abiru has said, our attempt and our direction of travel is to reduce reliance on borrowing, reduce the quantum and the percentage of deficit financing in the 2024 budget. What is the answer? The number one answer is revenue. Government needs to not just maintain its activity, it needs to spend more. So government needs even more. If you look at government spending, if you look at the budget as a percentage of GDP, ours is one of the lowest, maybe around 10%, even Ghana at 25%.
The Chairman Committee on Finance and Senator representing Niger East, Sani Musa, in his remark, expressed strong reservation about the 2024 revenue projection of some of the revenue-earning agencies. He noted that going for external intervention would definitely not be an option because it will further push the country to more deficit financing.
Going for more intervention. When I mean more intervention, that means more loans, which is also detrimental to us because we now increase our deficit. And then also the services that we do to these debts, the burden would increase. Honorable Minister, we have seen a lot of leakages in the use of government resources. A lot of money that are realized or collected as revenues. A lot of agencies do not remit those monies as and when due. I cannot believe that an agency will receive revenue of 2022 and is showing a receipt of collection in October 2023.
Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
The Nigerian naira appreciated massively against the dollar on Friday, closing at 791 naira 75 kobo to a dollar at the official market. The naira's gain has come as a relief to many experts who had expected the Central Bank of Nigeria's recent move to clear some of its FX backlog to boost confidence in the currency. The domestic currency appreciated 6.24% to a close at 791 naira 75 kobo to a dollar at the close of business on Friday. Data from the NAFEM, where Forex is officially traded, showed, however, the naira weakened marginally at the parallel Forex market, where Forex is sold unofficially. The exchange rate depreciated by 0.26%, quoted at 1,140 naira to a dollar, while peer-to-peer traders quoted around 1,130 naira 60 kobo per dollar. The Central Bank of Nigeria says its monetary policy reforms are beginning to have positive effects on the country's economy. Reacting to the just-released inflation rate for October in a statement issued by the Director of Corporate Communications Department, CBN, Issa Abdul Momin, the Apex Bank vowed to return to evidence-based monetary policy status to restore stakeholders' confidence in Nigeria's financial system. In October, the CBN Governor Yemi Cardoso said there was an urgent need for this continuation of unorthodox monetary policy and foreign currency management and orthodox use of ways and means spending. According to data released by National Bureau of Statistics, figures on Wednesday, inflation accelerated to 27.33% in October and a slight increase from September's 26.72%. The Apex Bank emphasized that the current inflation rate on the Africa aboard a chartered aircraft that departed from the Victor Atta International Airport Friday night and is expected to touch down in Kigali at dawn before a 2-hour road trip to Baturi, the city where the match venue is located. After a 1-1 draw with Lesotho's Crocodiles in Uyo on Thursday evening, Jose Pesero vowed to face the remaining 9 matches of the qualification series with a much stronger mentality, with victory in each match as the only option. Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen made the final 10-man shortlist for the men's categories of the 2023 CAF Players of the Year award. The 24-year-old is considered to be the top contender for the award, following his 8th-place finish at the recent 2023 Ballon d'Or award in October in Paris, France. According to the CAF release, the ultimate winner of each category will be decided after votes from a voting panel consisting of CAF Technical Committee, media professional, head coaches and captains of members and association of club involved in the group stages of the interclub competitions. The award ceremony is scheduled for December 11 at the Palace des Congrès, Marrakech, Morocco. Super Eagles goalkeeper Maduka Okoye pulled out 2026 World Cup qualifiers against Lesotho and Zimbabwe due to issues in his international passport. Sharon Aji, our sport correspondent, has more details.
Okoye was initially listed in Osei Pasairo's 23-man squad but was replaced by Bendel Insurance goalie Amas Obasogi on Monday. Speaking with journalists prior to Nigeria's game against Lesotho at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium, Pasairo said the Udinese keeper had issues with his passport and had to resolve on time ahead of future international engagements. The passport issue would have affected his travel to Nigeria and also his identification for the World Cup qualifying games against Lesotho and Zimbabwe. Meanwhile, Super Eagles head coach Osei Pasairo has dismissed the suggestion he may be sacked by the Nigerian Football Federation (NFF) after Nigerians' 1-1 draw with Lesotho in the 2026 World Cup qualifier opener in Uyo. Speaking during his post-match press conference, Pasairo was asked if the NFF should decide to terminate his contract based on the results. Also, Pasairo expressed disappointment over the suggestion and he also expressed displeasure over the result and the performance, saying his team tried but couldn't get to the maximum point. However, Lesotho stayed behind all through for 90 minutes. They only came forward 2 and 3 times. Sharon Ajay reporting for Global TV News.
That's it on Global TV News Circle. We're on StarTime channel 276. Kindly follow us across social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. On behalf of the production team, I am Fauziya Lukman, thanking you so very much for watching. I'll see you soon.